What's going on? What's going on, everybody? It is the only sports podcast. That's right, the only sports podcast. I'm Will. That's Casino over there. How we doing today, Casino?
Doing great. I'm doing great. Better than this connection. Yeah. Don't know what happened. I mean, you're docked in, right? Like, or docked in. You're in
Not till after the show
with the Ethernet cable, right? And man, we're still all choppy.
No, it's just it's one of those days. The football gods don't want me to do this podcast.
They don't want me to talk about well, they know. They're like, oh no, we got a rant coming. We got a rant coming. We don't need this.
I actually have no rants whatsoever. I just keep refreshing Eagles Reddit, just hoping to see Kevin Petulu has been fired. He's been fired. So far, nothing. And it is about 4 p.m. On the West Coast or on the East Coast. So I don't know what's taking so long, Casino, because if and when that happens, that will be better to some Eagles fans than winning this game yesterday. That will be, and I might be one of them. But we'll get into that game in a couple minutes. But what a great, I mean, obviously my team losing, but outside of that, for what we've been saying is the best season of NFL we've seen in a long time, these wild card playoffs like lived up to that. Because, dear Lord.
I agree. And somebody said, well, outside of the Pats Chargers game, it was a different kind of game. Both defenses were playing lights out. The stops they were having and everything. It reminded me a lot of that Patriots-Rams Super Bowl, which ended 13-3. I liked last night's game. It was a defensive battle. The quarterbacks, they couldn't do shit. So I really enjoyed this weekend. It was great. The comeback victories. I was hoping for your team to come back and win at the end. I don't really care for the Eagles, but I don't care for the Niners just as much. I don't.
But hold on, Casino, because Ordinary Marie 2047, she has a question for you.
All right.
It says, "Why do you look weird?" I'm assuming she means you.
I will let my mom know. I will ask her.
And then you put a bunch of
this show
taco emojis. So
I did have tacos today. So maybe that's what.
There you go. But no, with that Eagles
game,
game,
so weird. No, lowered my ears a little bit. Yeah, and I had a burrito, honey buns. Look at you guys. Yeah, I had a taco and I had a burrito, and that was delicious. I'm happy about it.
But until that Patriots Chargers game ruined the whole flow of all the playoff games. But up until
the offensive flow, offensive flow.
Up until that point, every single wild card game had came down to a one-score game, and the team with the ball and at the 2-minute warning had won every game until the Eagles shit.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to see it. I liked that stat. I thought that was really cool, and I was hoping that you guys could come down and do it, and then we would have 4 games that way. But again, every game was just fantastic. I really enjoyed it. And again, even my game, and it's not just because my Pats won, I liked the defensive battle. I think defensive games are always fun because then you're waiting for that one play. That might just be the soccer person in me, right? Where it's just you're on the edge of your seat consistently. And, those games end 2-1, and it's just that one score could potentially win you the game. So that's what it was. That's what it was in that Super Bowl, was whoever made that one big play and got that touchdown, that's who was going to win the game probably. And that's what I enjoyed about it. But all the other firepower games, the Bears, they had a 2.2% chance of winning that game. It wasn't as impressive as that 0.5% chance that they had 3 weeks ago. So it's just crazy that the Bears did that twice against the Packers. We'll get into that game. We'll get into everything. It's just really fun football. And I'm really happy. I think it was you that I was talking about. If not, that they went to the one wild card, or they went to the one. Oh my gosh, why am I blanking on it? Number one seed getting the bye. Only the one bye instead of having two teams get a bye and adding that other wild card, because these games have just been fun.
Mm-hmm.
These games have been fun. I love every second of this weekend. It was fantastic.
Well, also,
long time.
People should know we don't discuss anything. We don't talk outside of this podcast. So this is the only time we ever communicate. Tavon Morris says, "Bro smashed my dad, then stole my Xbox." Again, all these comments are at Casino. Also, what Casino does off this podcast and in his personal life, that's a him thing. Okay, so let's just talk about sports on here. But a jilted lover, or
if it was a new Xbox, sure. I still have that Xbox One that's a dinosaur. I can't play half the games that you guys play with. And I'm just like, oh yeah, I have an Xbox One. I'm not gonna have the money to go and spend. Like, it took me 10 days to pay you for this shit.
That's true. Bro smashed my dad, then stole my Xbox. I mean, sorry to hear that, buddy. Sorry to hear that. It was the new one. So Casino, again, number one culprit. I already have the new one. I don't need to. And I already have way too many tabs. I'm
looking over at my Xbox right now, and it's got a teardrop coming down, just sad. It's just like, get rid of me, please. Yeah.
Probably what this guy's...
That thing got me through some tough times.
This guy was thinking about his dad. Just please get rid of me. And then Honey Bunny says, WTF, and that's messed up. Trust me, if
the show's already off the rails. Like, we're 8 minutes in, and we're just this is just fun.
Yeah, without further ado, Casino.
There it is. Thank you.
Let's get into this weekend's games. And you know what? For the TikToks, we started at your game and went backwards and then didn't get to do them. But we're gonna after the show. So for the show, let's go from the Saturday games and we'll work our way to our two games, which just coincidentally happen to be the last two. So let's start with the game ourselves also. Before we get into that, our picks for this week, I mean, we were awful. We would, which we knew we would be. We knew all these games would be close, except for this one we thought wouldn't be. But yeah, go ahead.
No, you're good. You hit what I was going to say.
Yeah, we thought, as much as everybody did, that the Rams would absolutely destroy the Panthers. And instead of what happened was a 34-31 game that at multiple points during it, I know you and I were messaging each other during it. At multiple points, I was like, oh my God, the Panthers are going to beat the Rams. Like, at multiple
Everybody
points
thought that, dude.
Yeah. And then, but the Rams end up winning. Thoughts on this game, Casino?
It was fun. I'm proud of proud of the Panthers and the Rams. We expected that, right? Proud of the Panthers. They went toe to toe again with the Rams, and they have the formula. If you want to beat the Rams, just do what the Panthers have been doing the last two times they played. They've really made it tough. Yes, Stafford still threw for over 300 yards, three touchdowns. He did have an interception, but he was not great. He wasn't lights out. I mean, Puka Nacua. I really think this whole argument between Drake May and Stafford on who's going to win the MVP, Puka Nacua should be attached to Matthew Stafford. Okay, like it has to be. Like, there's an asterisk next to Matt Stafford if he wins the MVP, and that asterisk should just have Puka Nacua next to it.
Yeah,
dude's insane. That's my way of saying, like, he is the best receiver. I don't care that the Seahawks guy, why am I blanking on his name?
Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Thank you. He's great, but Puka Nacua, he is the guy. I think he's the best receiver in football, hands down. The things that he's like, the catches that he's making out there, is making Stafford look amazing. So, yeah, if it really wasn't for Puka, I don't really think that they would have lost this game. They would have lost this game because again, Stafford, yeah, he has some decent numbers, but his completion rating is not that good. He threw a pick, and yeah, that's how I feel about this game. The Rams got lucky.
Well, I'll tell you what is it? You watch every single one of these games. All of them are one-score games outside of the New England Chargers game. But I even will say, even after that game, every single team looks insanely beatable. Like
Oh, all of
every
them.
single team, you could make a case the Bills should have lost their game. You can make a case the Bears should have lost their game.
Every team should have lost their game. Like
Yeah,
every team should have lost their game.
we'll get to my shit game at the end of
Oh,
this.
I know we will.
Yeah, but I mean, in this
Looking
game,
forward to that one.
but no, it's just in this game, you talk about Matthew Stafford. I mean, Bryce Young in the other side against again a Rams defense that was almost the sole reason they won in the playoffs last year and has just been a shell of its former self this year. There's still a good, not great defensive unit, and he kind of carved him up for most of that game. Like
Yeah, he did good.
His numbers aren't impressive, but when you watch that game, he only got sacked twice. He probably avoided getting sacked, 4 more times in that game? Like,
Yeah.
I was really impressed with not only this Rams team, but with what Bryce Young did in this game, especially with no Chuba Hubbard, no Donald doing anything. So it was basically him and Coker. Like,
Yeah.
that was it. That was it. And they almost beat him. Like, and then
the total yardage for Rico Dowdle for the entire game was 15 yards off of 5 carries and a reception.
Yeah.
Not good.
No,
Not
and
good
he
at
was
all.
the one that destroyed him the first time. Like, they ran all over the Rams the first time, and this time it was all just good defensive strategy, and then just Bryce Young just kind of again moving the ball up and down the field. Like, they were again at multiple points during this game. I had people messaging me just being like, "Oh my God, are the Panthers going to beat the Rams?" Like, and again, the Rams did not gain control of this game till 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Like, that was it. That was, and again, that ended up being the touchdown that won the game. But you look at just look at the score chart. It's like Rams get up with 2 touchdowns and it's 14-0, and everybody goes, "Oh no, this is going to be exactly what we think it's going to be." And then Panthers storm back, get that touchdown with 50 seconds left before half, and then just come out, go field goal, touchdown, and then it's just a shootout back and forth pretty much the entire second half. So, yeah, I mean, shout out to the Panthers. That was you got to be impressed with that.
I really thought they were going to win that game, but that drive Matthew Stafford put in at the end of the game, and that the catch by was it Parkinson that caught it, dude? That was perfect.
I know
that ball was placed only where he could get it, but he had to be spectacular to get it. And he only had 2 receptions that entire game, and he made the one to count, man. So good on him.
And I'm sorry, that drive I meant started with like 2 minutes left, and then they got the touchdown at the end with 38 seconds left. Yeah. So, because I know every fucking person who watches this show, every single thing needs to be correct, or people lose their minds. Or that's just the TikTok idiots. But yeah, it's just for this Rams team casino. We know, we just said it, that we have no confidence in any team going forward, but next week it's going to be Rams Bears next week. So going into that game after this, I have no confidence in either of them. It could be a blowout either way. It could be a down to the wire play.
Nothing. The cardiac Bears. I mean, I'm leaning towards the Bears. I mean, we'll make our official picks on Wednesday, but it's going to be nasty. It's going to be cold. It's supposed to be like 20 something degrees, like low 20s, real feel probably close to 0. Yeah. It's going to be bad. I don't know if Stafford, he doesn't play great in weather games. I don't know if he can go out there and this team go out there and get the job done. I don't.
I mean, you can look at that, the game we're going to talk about next.
But then Stafford might go out there and just throw 600 yards because that Bears defense sucks, So I don't know, man. This is going to be interesting. That's going to be a very interesting game because it's going to have that same feel. Where, this one we were like, okay, the Panthers, it should be a blowout, but the Panthers have beat them. So, we'll see. But I wasn't too sure I didn't expect this. I did not expect this game to be the same kind of as it was the first time. But
Yeah.
I'm more confident about the game being close with the Bears going into this next weekend than I was the Panthers. So we'll see. We'll see. The Cardiac Bears, they got 2 minutes left. They're down 3 touchdowns. They got a chance.
And honestly, the weird, again, the craziest thing about the Rams offense is when you look at the numbers. So obviously, Nakua, 10 receptions, 111 yards, 1 touchdown. He was targeted in the game 18 times.
Yeah, he was.
18 times.
Why
Devontae
wouldn't
Adams. Well, this is the whole thing. Devontae Adams, 5 receptions, 72 yards. He was targeted 13 times. Everybody else besides those 2 were
3.
targeted 3 or less times. So this is, again, when people look at my Philadelphia Eagles and they just go, why are you not targeting Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown after every pass? This is the offense they mean, where it just goes, every single play is, targeted to your 2 top guys, and then you only throw to the other guys on occasion. Like, again, if this was the entire Eagles offense, most people wouldn't even know who A.J. Brown was because he would never talk and he would be like, I'm the happiest person alive because I'm getting 18 targets a game. Like that, and he wouldn't read books on the sidelines.
Yeah, but he's got to catch the football. I like it. We're not even at the Eagles game. We're starting to talk about him.
I mean, this is like you with the Patriots every week. We gotta connect everything to our teams.
Well, we got an MVP race here, so. I was talking about Stafford's MVP.
And I don't care what MVP voters say. They 100%, the reason they do not reveal MVP voting until the playoffs already start is because playoffs play a factor in it. At least the first game they play. Because you cannot tell me there's a reason why we still don't have the MVP at the end of the season. Like, it takes this long. Like, right. as if they're surprised.
Same with Coach of the Year, just any and all of these awards. Yes.
Yeah. So I really do think, because again, I feel like it's an NFL thing where, let's say they give the MVP to Stafford and then he throws 3 interceptions against the Panthers, and then they're going to be like, well, we can't have him be our MVP. Like, I feel like it's really like that simple. But as both these teams also, again, if you're the Panthers, you were playing with house money for the past month. Like, nobody expected you to be in this position. No. Nobody was picking you. Again, the line was 10 points. Everybody, and again, we talked about it on Wednesday's show. Nobody thought 10 points was insane. Like, that was a number everybody thought was reasonable.
I know what the Panthers did to him the first time around. It was just, man, there's no way they could do that again. There's just no way they could do that again. And I'm surprised with, like we talked about, Dowdle. Like, he did nothing. He did absolutely nothing in this game, and he was the one that destroyed in the first go-around. So, dude, if he could have got going just a third of what he did last time, this would have been handedly the Panthers win.
Well, also, I'm even saying, watching this game, that the Panthers maybe played better than they did the first time, but the issue was the Rams, and especially Stafford, just turned the ball over less. Like, I mean, Stafford gets 1 more interception or a fumble, and the Panthers probably win this game. Like, because again, the Panthers won the first game because of all the turnovers and all that kind of stuff. So Stafford gets one more fumble, 1 more interception. Maybe they sack him 1 more time. Like, this game, again, probably swings 3 points to the Panthers' way. And we're talking about one of the biggest upsets just in terms of what the line was going into the game in NFL history. Like, that was I don't ever remember a playoff matchup where there was a 10-point swing to the home team.
It wasn't. That was the most given to a home team. Deficit given to a home team.
And then, so after that crazy game where everybody was like, oh man, like, what's going to top that game? We get the follow-up Saturday night. Chicago Bears win 31-27, but obviously the talk of this game was that at one point going into the third quarter, the Bears were down 21-3 turned it to 21-6, and then ended up scoring 25 points in the fourth quarter to come from behind to win this game in Chicago. That is legitimately one of the loudest home stadiums I've ever heard on television.
Dude,
Like,
it was
that
nuts.
was anytime the Bears did something, you like could barely hear the announcers.
And what's
I don't know.
crazy is Jordan Love played good, dude.
Yeah,
I
he was
mean, I
great
know
in that game.
his completion percentage wasn't amazing, but you know, that happens. But I mean, he still threw over 300 yards, 4 tutties. Like that's not bad, man.
He played by almost every metric. He played better than Caleb Williams. Like, I
Oh
didn't
yeah.
think Caleb Williams had a great game at
No,
all.
no. Caleb Williams pass rating was 71.6 and Love's was over 100. Like
Yeah.
it was 103. Like, dude, like it was just nuts. I don't know how the Bears keep doing it. I mean, it's the fun thing to say that they have the Pope on their side, right? They've got on their side. But I mean, it's that narrative is getting pushed and pushed a little more. Also, I mean, the Seahawks are definitely going to go to the Super Bowl, though, 100%, because there was a new Pope elected, and that's been a thing every time they've gone to a Super Bowl. So, yeah, just wild. I can't believe that the Packers did it twice, and they let the Bears come back on them twice. It's nuts. The two games combined, there was at one point less than 3% chance for both games combined for the Bears to win those two games, and yet they somehow pull that off. Like, wild. It was what I loved is, so my bar that I work at, there was some Packer fans early on, and then just like at halftime, they went elsewhere or did what else. And then you just kind of slowly started seeing more Bears fans come in, more Bears fans. It turned into a Chicago Bears bar by the end of the night. Not a Packer fan in sight. It was phenomenal. That place, I have never seen that place erupt. Like, I've watched tons of sports. I've watched the Eagles destroy the Chiefs, and everybody was excited about. I have not seen that level of excitement in my restaurant/bar ever. It was so awesome. My coworker, he was out for the night. We had a friend, another coworker who's had a birthday, so everybody was kind of out and about. And so just to see him smile in the way he was, like, this meant everything to him. He's like, we could lose. I don't care. We can put up 0 points the next game. I don't care. We beat the Packers in a playoff game. And the third time we've ever met in playoff history. He's like, this was our Super Bowl. We don't give a shit what happens from here on out. We beat the Packers in a comeback fashion, and they're so happy about it.
Also, the things I hate about, what is it, like sports talk television and sports talk radio, is this is the point where we would do did the Bears win it or the Packers collapse? And it's just like, how is that the question when one team scored 25 points in the fourth quarter? Like, that team clearly won it because at one point in the game, they were down 21-6 and then just found 25 points in the fourth quarter. And we've seen them do it all season. So it's not like they never do this kind of stuff and just pulled it out of their ass.
Yeah, and then 27, and then they got 27-16, and you're just like, oh, okay, now it's done. And no, it just was not done. So let me ask you this. So Matt LaFleur, do you think he's gone?
No, because again,
I don't either. They played fine. They had a good season.
What is it? And also, what is it? They were, again, the Packers were in this position because week after week, they were losing like a star player on their defense every week. So you're not telling me that in this game, Micah Parsons,
star player,
or Micah Parsons or three starters on defense being back in this game doesn't change what this game is when the offense
if Jordan Love had Kraft out there, come on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, how can you look at, and again, we'll get to other games where you can kind of say the same thing. But again, when you get to the playoffs and you're down your star players that got you there, like, yeah, no shit, like that team is going to have a hard time stopping the offense, like, of the other team.
I want to make a quick shout out to AI. So after the game, when Ben Johnson went and shook Matt LaFleur's hand, I think he touched his hand. I have like 3 AI videos of that meeting, and they're just the funniest things of Ben Johnson basically like cursing him out, flipping him off, and then Matt LaFleur is crying. There's one where Ben Johnson like went and drop kicked Matt LaFleur. AI is really funny. I don't care how blotchy and blocky it looks. It's really funny because I thought that was really funny at the end of the game. Not a lot of people like saw it right away, but I happened to look up at the TV during that, and I was like, oh, that was funny. And then now just to see like 10 AI videos in a row of that interaction, it is hysterical. It's hysterical.
Now, what I think is a reoccurring theme here, which is in all these games, the teams and fans of these teams know they still have to play more games to get to the Super Bowl, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because I've seen a lot of really mouthy Bears and 49ers fans where both of those teams are going to be underdogs going into next week's games.
Yeah.
So get ready for the receipts because all of us Packers fans and Eagles fans are holding them for about a week from today when all of a sudden maybe you guys aren't in the next round. But one of the craziest ones to me is, speaking of Ben Johnson, did you see this clip, Casino, that I'm about to pull up right now? This was him in the locker room after, what is it? After
I did.
Here it comes.
So I also saw the interview afterwards, and they were asking him, and he was just like, this rivalry, I'm a part of it now, and they were talking, I think it's the guy they were talking about is like their publicist or whatever, and he was just like, he knows or whatever, and just it was great. I thought it was absolutely hysterical. He didn't care. He did not care.
He doesn't care a lot after what he says in post game, which again, you realize you have to play the Packers now 2 times every year. You don't think this is going to be on their bulletin board every time when they get their full team back?
So, and that's why another reason why I don't think Matt LaFleur is going to get fired is this now is a real rivalry. Like, this is now an actual real rivalry, and I absolutely love it.
This was my son, Casino, wanted to my son stayed home sick today from school, so he wanted to comment in the thread and just say that white boy on top is glazing his kneecaps off. So, a callback to probably our most watched clip, but that made me laugh. It made me laugh that I was like, wait a second.
Is he right there?
Yeah. So shout out to my son.
Yeah, wait till I see you next, bud. All right, wait till I see you next.
And then Pure Adrenaline Sports says Pats Bears Super Bowl. So that's the next question. Do you think this Bears team has enough to get to the Super Bowl?
I don't think either. I don't think either team does. I think they're too fresh and too green. What both of these teams have done is really remarkable, right? Really, really remarkable that they're supposed to be in rebuild years. They get brand new coaches. They got rookie quarterbacks, and they're trying to put a team together around these players, and they still have room to do so in the next couple of years. So what both of these teams have done this year is phenomenal. But are they there yet? No. I would be shocked if my Pats were able to make the Super Bowl. Just beyond shocked. I would love it. But I mean, again, it is wide open. Any of these teams can beat anybody on any given Sunday. I truly, truly believe that. But I don't think either one of these teams are there. Loki, I would love for it to be a Bears-Pats Super Bowl, but I don't think it's going to happen. And I don't want it to happen in a way because both me and my coworker, we work Sunday nights, and we would have to fight for the same people to cover our shifts. And there's only one person currently that said they would cover one of our shifts. So
let's see.
We're going to work this way.
Pure Adrenaline Spork says Bears beat Super Bowl or Pats Bears Super Bowl, and then says Drake May MVP. I wonder what team he roots for. I wonder what team he's a fan of.
And as a Pats fan, I don't know. I mean, yes, Drake May outside of, let's get in the MVP thing, right? Let's do that real quick while we're talking about it.
We can move it. We can talk about that the Patriots because we're not done talking about Ben Johnson.
Okay, Ben Johnson.
Because we have so many things that I want to share for Ben Johnson.
Yeah, let's do it. I love it. Ben Johnson, he is a caricature. Like, he is a Disney caricature.
This one says Ben Johnson on literally any fourth down. And then it says, I'm pussy, question mark. He does, what is it, really go for it on fourth downs. And again, does not go for it on fourth downs where even like the metrics are telling him he should go on fourth down, which again, you play with fire, you get burned, because that always comes back to bite people in the ass.
So
always.
I was wondering, do you think, I mean, we talked about Dan Campbell being the guy going. Dan Campbell being the guy going for all those fourth downs. No, that was Ben Johnson, and Dan Campbell just had to suffer the consequences on that. I now feel bad for Dan Campbell on all of this, because it's just your crazy wild card Ben Johnson, offensive coordinator, being just insane.
That is a good point. Yeah,
100%. Now I actually feel bad for Dan Campbell that he took all this heat.
Also, I completely understood, as an Eagles fan, everybody's hate for Nick Sirianni, right? I completely got it, but it's my head coach. I got to stick by him, even though I said in week 3 last year he should be fired, and then they went on to win the Super Bowl. So I completely get the Nick Sirianni hate.
Why don't we talk about the Eagles when we get to the Eagles?
No, because I'm using that to compare it to, I full on hate Ben Johnson. I have never liked Ben Johnson when he started saying shit all offseason. And then after every game where he's taking his shirt off, he's doing this.
Why don't you like that? He's a loose cannon.
Annoyed
by a loose cannon.
But it's not in a fun way to me. And again, this is a person, it's not even like
doesn't matter. I
don't dislike the Bears.
I dislike
Ben Johnson.
It doesn't matter what you think on that dude at all. The players absolutely love it. And they are fighting for him. And look where they are, dude. They won a playoff game in a rebuild year. And a lot has to do with Ben Johnson being fired up. Dude, they tackled him after the game.
I know. I'm saying, again, everybody loves this guy unless it's the Eagles head coach. And then the second they start losing, everyone in that team and organization and fan base is going to turn on him. And I'm going to be here saying, I told you so. This shit wears it wears thin. And again, if they are a very lucky team this year with how many fourth quarter comebacks they've had after down massive leads. We saw the same thing with the dumbest fan base in all of sports, the Washington Commanders last year. They talked all that shit for a year straight, and then they just fell off. So again, I'm a lot of
those people are 1 foot in the retirement home already on the Commanders, and the other foot is in the hospital. So like, come on now.
So now again, this is nothing against the Bears. I'm happy for Bears and Bears fans. This is strictly I don't like Ben Johnson, and I cannot wait till that blows up. As far as the Bears, Caleb Williams. I think you
said, keep going.
No, what is it? Caleb Williams. What is it? Oh yeah, where you're saying I hate this Bears team. I do hate this Bears team. I don't hate the Bears as an organization.
I often hate this Bears team.
I do, because again, they do nothing for 3 quarters. They are one of the most irritating watches in the league.
And then I love that right after that I laughed, and then you said I cannot wait for the Eagles to embarrass them next week.
Yeah, that didn't happen. Yeah. Again, what is it? They did.
Funny.
Yeah. And then again, this is not sour grapes, because again, I do think, what is it? This Bears team is, I think it's good. It's good for the fans and for a fan base that hasn't had a lot of success since 1985?
Yeah, the 85 Bears.
Yeah, they went to the Super Bowl that Rex Grossman year, but everybody knew that team was not beating Peyton Manning in a Super Bowl. They got damn close, but again, they didn't. And as far as Caleb Williams, again, I think Caleb Williams, I'm starting to turn the corner on him, because I've never seen a quarterback in my entire life who misses every easy throw and makes every insane throw. It's so crazy. I've never seen it before.
And that's going to come with time. It will come with time. It'll come with coaching. They will get that figured out. I think the upside for Caleb Williams, I was so hard on Caleb Williams his first year. Like, I did not like him at all.
And he's
willing to learn, is what every report that I hear is like. He's willing to learn and figure it out. But he reminds me a lot of young Patrick Mahomes, where it was just, you need me to just figure something out while I'm just being chased down, okay, I'll do my best. And he's pretty good at that.
Yeah, I was looking it up. Yeah, his completion percentage fell by almost 6 points from his rookie year to this year. So again, I don't know if that is because what we talked about so much last year is he held onto the ball so long and he got sacked so much. So is this just him now? But again, you watch the game, it's not throwaways. It's missing guys in the flat, guys wide open. And then again, he'll do that for 3 quarters. And then all of a sudden in the fourth quarter, that throw on the sideline in the fourth quarter, that's one of the best throws you're ever going to see. But again, you take the fourth quarter out of that game, you try to put a highlight reel of his first 3 quarters. I don't think you could find 7 catches where you'd be, or 7 throws where you were like, that's the best throw I've ever seen. But then in the fourth quarter, you could probably pick every throw and be like, that's the best throw I've ever seen.
Yeah, clutch. It's clutch. And when you have to have him, and I'll take that. I would take that as a Bears fan all day. I don't, if he gets results, he gets results.
Yeah.
Right.
But again, in this game, he was almost the reason they lost this game. Like if he puts up 1 less touchdown in the fourth quarter, they lose this game by what? 9 points. Like
Dude,
it's
I totally agree.
Crazy.
I totally agree. But those short passes, those dink and dunks, the Sam Darnold way of life, he can 100% get that figured out, and that is coaching. So yeah, get doing what you're saying, that long throw and the scrambling and whatnot. That's not teachable. Like that is just awareness and being good at what you're doing.
Yeah. Who dad? I don't know what that's a reference to because the Bengals.
What are you putting these up there?
It says Caleb is zesty, and then it says we are the Bears shuffling crew, shuffling on down, doing it for you. And then Liam says go Niners. So I don't know what to say about that. And then also Pure Adrenaline Spork says I'm a Titans fan. So why are you simping so hard for the Patriots? That's weird. But let's move off
because of Vrabel.
Oh, that's true. But
come on now.
Last thoughts on this game, Casino. Bears chance next week playing the Rams.
They don't care. They're gonna lose. I mean, they might win, but they don't. At least you're saying that the Niners fans and the Bears fans are like, oh, we're great. We're gonna go win the Super Bowl. I have not heard that from any Bears fans. From all the Bears fans I know, they don't care anymore. They don't. They're like, this was a success. They beat the Niners they beat the Packers in the playoffs. Check mark, done. Figure it out. Rebuild year. Still, this was supposed to be a rebuild year.
Yeah.
They don't care. They don't. Again, I have a lot of family friends, and yes, my one coworker, but I actually have a lot of family friends who are Bears fans, and yeah, everybody that I've talked to, they're like, no, success.
Well, no. Also,
in the season now, we don't care.
With the Bears fans, again, they should be excited that they just crushed the Packers in a game that they were probably at one point, you know how they always do those win probability charts? At one point, there's no way in this game they were not 99% chance lose probability.
Oh no, it was
a
2.2%. 2.2% chance to win the game.
But I just do not see a path for either the 49ers or the Bears to get to the Super Bowl when the Bears currently have the 29th ranked defense and the 49ers have the 20th. Again, Rams defense is much better, and then Seahawks is a top 5 defense. And
I will say this. If Shanahan and the Niners, if they win the Super Bowl, whoever wins Coach of the Year, they need to go hand deliver that to him.
Yeah.
Especially now with Kittle out.
I completely agree.
Anyways, the last thing on this one, and this doesn't have to do with the game itself, but just as a father, and I know you're a father, and dumb things make you get all sappy. When they had the go-ahead touchdown and they pan to that dad and son, and the dad's like carrying him up, and then he just like grabs the kid's head, and like the dad almost looks like he's crying, and the son is just still like excited. The dad understands what that moment meant, and that kid not yet, but the dad did. Like, oh, dude,
yeah,
that got me. Like everybody's cheering and whatnot. And when I saw it live, I was just like, oh.
No, personally, again, I don't like this Bears team, but I am. What is it? I am smart enough to realize how much bigger of a game a game win for the Bears this was than a game win for the Packers. Because again, the Packers have spent 20 years, all the Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre years, like
just
being
spanking
dominated. Yeah, dominating the Bears. So for them to lose a playoff game, especially in this way, like this was clearly 100% for the Bears fans. And again, I'm happy for the Bears fans that they got this win. I'm happy for Caleb Williams because again, he's an anomaly at the quarterback position. But as for Ben Johnson, I don't like you and I will celebrate your downfall. So that's
moving on. We've talked a lot about this game, but that was great.
Yeah. And as far as the Packers, I think they'd be insane if they fired their head coach after this game. With how many injuries it'd be insane.
I mean, who are you going to get? I mean, there's a lot of players. There's a lot of people out there, but I mean, he's still a great quarterback. If who was it? There was somebody that called into Colin's show today. I listened to it blindly when I just drive around. But somebody said that if you have a coach that if you fire him today and they have 6 offers within the next day, why are you firing him? Like, why are you firing
exactly?
him?
Well, that's like the Harbaugh thing where he got calls. He got 8 calls when there was only 6 teams with vacancies. Like that in a situation, you're like, yeah, how are the Ravens in the right firing that guy when clearly half of the league wants him?
If you're starting quarterback and you're the franchise player, if they don't get along, which kind of didn't feel like it, you might got to do something. You got to do something.
No, that's true. Last couple comments here. Wilbur Nola says, "I'm a Saints fan." LOL. Yeah, we weren't saying you were simping for the Patriots. We were saying that Pure Adrenaline Sports was. So yeah, I assumed with Nola in your name, you were probably a Saints fan. But next one says Pittsburgh Steelers go to the Super Bowl. Here we go. I mean, first they have to win a game tonight. They're not favored in this game tonight, are they?
I'm gonna see where it was because last I saw they weren't. I'll pull that up. Continue.
Also, Burt Burp says Ben Johnson hater. Yes. And it is not for this reason. His next comment says,
love Ben Johnson. I don't know. I don't care. I'm with you.
His next thing is Packers have collectively talked shit about the Bears for years, but Johnson gets a half-ass handshake and people cry. Well, yeah that's dumb.
Houston's -3.
But again, I don't like the Packers or the Bears. So I'm an Eagles fan. Why do I care about either of these teams? I specifically don't like Ben Johnson. I don't care about the Bears or Packers. I don't care who won that game. I'm just saying I'm happy for Bears fans that they got this win over Packers fans because, again, for what the Packers have done to the Bears for 20 years.
We're 43 minutes in and we haven't even got to our teams yet. Jeez.
I know. Next up on the list.
Good playoff football.
It was, dude, and a lot of stuff to talk about for pretty much both teams. I think the one I'm honestly is the most captivating, most interesting is the game we're talking about next. The Bills,
every second of this game.
The Bills winning 27-24 in Jacksonville. You and I talked about this off air. I was talking to this about a lot of football people before this game started. I was like, Jags are probably going to the Super Bowl and they're the most scary team in the playoffs.
They look good,
dude. They look good they had a good game. Like
it was
for them to lose.
It's the one thing that is their Achilles heel, and it is Trevor Lawrence turning over the football in key moments.
Yeah.
I talked about it plenty, and that was the one reason why I was like, I think the Jags have corrected the ship, righting the ship, is because Trevor Lawrence has not been turning over the football as much, or in key moments. He was still turning it over, but not in key moments towards the end of the year. And I thought maybe that ship has passed, but it did not.
I'll tell you what, bad weekend for quarterbacks who have never done anything and then lost their first playoff game in Trevor Lawrence and Justin Herbert. Because, man, the circles, fans of those two are going to have to walk around to excuse their performances. Because, again, Trevor Lawrence throws with a minute left into double coverage when his guy was not open for even a second is one of those things that I don't know how you can defend that last pass. Because, again,
you can't.
They had timeouts. They had, They had other options, and they were only down by 3. So again, it's not like they have to get a touchdown to win this game.
Yeah.
They can send this to OT at their home stadium and probably have a chance. But also, speaking of coaches that annoy the ever-loving shit out of me, Sean McDermott, let's see.
Here. Check that 100%.
I'm looking at this thing right here, and is it true that they ran 4 tush pushes on 4th and 1 in this game? But I thought he wanted that play banned.
Yeah,
for player safety.
You know what's crazy is one of the tush pushes was for the most rushing yards they had the entire game.
And
that's what made me laugh, was when the announcer was like, "That is their longest run of the day," and I was like, "That is hysterical. That's so funny." But yeah, him being so against the tush push, him trying to get it banned, and all of those things, like.
He also tried to get it banned for player safety. So is this Sean McDermott says he doesn't care about the safety of his own players?
Oh, you flipping that out on him.
I mean, that's what he said. I'm not putting words in his mouth.
No,
he needs to explain himself why he wants his players to get hurt. Like, especially he didn't do it once, he did it 4 times. So why does he hate his players? That's my question. That's for him to answer. I don't know. I want my players protected, so I would never run the tush push. But go ahead.
Oh man, I will say, Josh Allen. Wow, like you played great, man. You showed why you are just an elite quarterback. You're currently reigning MVP, dude. You were 28 for 35. He had a 108 rating, 2 rushing touchdowns, 1 through the air, no interceptions. Dude was great. And I thought he was done. That one drive that they had where
he was getting the shit kicked out of him.
His helmet, he got hit in the head. I mean, it wasn't malicious. Like, they landed on his head, rolled over his helmet, and popped it off. But his ear was bleeding. They had to go check for concussion. Gets back in there, same drive. Dude, smoking your hand on the back of a helmet, full follow through. Looked like it hurt like a kid.
I know.
He immediately.
Well, that was also the thing with Josh Allen in this game specifically. He was like, "Oh, okay, here's a hit on Josh Allen's leg. Here's a hit on Josh Allen's shoulder. Here's him banging his hand against it." This was not he already had an injury, and this is him getting hit in that injury. This was where you're playing a wrestling game, and every part of your opponent is in the red. So it's any move you do to him will be effective. He was walking out of this game where it was just flashing bright red over his whole body. He looked like he got, at one point you were
I thought he
got a concussion. Did. Dude, at one point I was like, oh, they're taking him out of this game because he got a concussion. And then it was just nope. He goes out there, does the longest rush of the game. And also, when it comes to Josh Allen, the way he's talked about during the playoffs is the way we talk about Lamar Jackson. And it's almost the exact polar opposite. Do you want to know his stats in the playoffs after this game?
Josh Allen is the best postseason quarterback. I mean, I know you're going to freak out about the Jalen. I just think Josh Allen's great. He just could not beat Patrick Mahomes, and that sucks.
No, I've never said he wasn't good in the playoffs. These are his numbers in the playoffs, which is insane. He has a 68% or a 67% completion percentage, 3,632 yards, 26 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. If he had that as a season, you would be like, oh my God, Josh Allen had a great season. Those are just playoff numbers in 7 years worth of playoffs and 20 playoff games, or I'm sorry, 14 playoff games. So again, this is not a Lamar Jackson situation where he has these gaudy regular season numbers and then just puts up nothing in the playoffs. This is Josh Allen plays great during the regular season and then plays as great, if not better, during the postseason. Those numbers are insane. And again, all those Patrick Mahomes games, he's always played great in them. It's been the defense that's folded, or Mahomes does the 27-second thing and scores.
I know all my fellow Patriot fans. My brother, he would destroy me if you heard me say this. And I have a buddy in the Patriot chat, of my Patriot chat, who listens to this podcast. And he's going to probably destroy me for this as well. I don't care. It worked out great where the Bills beat the Jags, so now the Pats could play either the Steelers or the Texans. I'd much rather that than playing the Jags, who are red hot. I do think the Pats would have lost to the Jags for sure in the next round, but this gives them a little better chance against those two teams. I'm waiting for the comments. But I'm hoping that the Bills can beat the Broncos, and then it's Bills, Patriots in Foxborough. I would be elated if my team goes to the Super Bowl, but if they don't, Josh Allen, who so rightfully fucking deserves to go, will go.
Yeah.
Like it would be a tough crush, if the Pats lose to the Bills for a second time out of 3, and don't advance to the Super Bowl. But again, it's a rebuild year for the Pats. I'm not mad about that. This is like one of Josh Allen's last years to potentially make it to the Super Bowl. I would be very content if it was Patriots, Bills, AFC Championship, Bills go to the Super Bowl. I would be content with that. 100%.
Like an hour after the Eagles lost, my wife was like, well, now with the Eagles out, like, who are you rooting for in the playoffs? And it was that scene from the Jim Carrey Grinch movie where I was just going through all the teams and I was like, hate, loathe, hate. And then I got to the Bills and I was like, oh, I'd be fine if the Bills won it. Like, if the Bills went to the Super Bowl, and
it's not because Sean
Bills.
McDermott. I don't care for Sean McDermott. I've been the one writing this whole time of saying that he needs to go. He's the issue. Like, he is definitely an issue on that team. And Josh Allen is, bring in Harbaugh or somebody, just a new face and maybe figure it out. And because what you're just saying, Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen, kind of polar opposites in the playoffs. Maybe you get Harbaugh in there with the quarterback that doesn't choke in the playoffs, and they can win 3 Super Bowls. Maybe.
Also, I always love, this is one of my favorite sports stories that always you just have to randomly bring up. Do you remember when Sean McDermott got in trouble because he said something about ISIS? Do you remember that whole controversy? Do you want me to? So this is the refresh. This is a real thing. I'm not pulling this out of my ass. Yeah. This is a real thing. Buffalo Bills head coach Sean McDermott faced controversy in late 2023 for resurfaced 2019 comments where he referenced the 9/11 hijackers coordination to use as motivation for his team, leading him to apologize for his poor communication, but not the underlying message of teamwork, with players supporting his intent.
Out of all the things that you could have picked.
As if there's not any other example of good teamwork. Like,
oh my gosh.
Again, that is
it's so wild.
McDermott used the 9/11 hijackers as an example of perfect coordination is one of my favorite sentences in sports history. That is because again, you play a team sport. There's not any other example I could think of good teamwork than just ISIS's coordination for 9/11. That is insane. But again, I also, you know what? Again, he might be dumb. So the comments about the tush push just might be said by a dumb person. That's not out of the realm of possibility. Again, we always think celebrities and sports people are smart. Most of them are not. Hence why every time they do interviews, you get stuff like that. So,
my wife tells me all the time I'm an idiot. So
yeah. My wife tells me all the time that Casino's an idiot.
Speaking of Grinch references, that was a good one. When he's there, and he's like, "I'm an idiot. You're an idiot." Like, it's so great.
That's a good gag.
That's so funny. I don't like when people say that movie is not good. Like, go blow it out your ass. I think it's
also had this insane resurgence. Like, I feel like every holiday commercial was like reference to the Grinch. They had it was Old Navy that just had Jim Carrey's Grinch as like their spokesperson all season. Yeah. Like, that's a good movie.
What they did with the hair though was awful.
I didn't. Yeah. Again, if you're just going to copy the movie, then just copy the movie. That's the weird like zig they did, but whatever. Back to this. We're still talking about this Bills Jags game, Casino. But back to it. Again, we've given Josh Allen his flowers, but so we know how the Bills won, which is Josh Allen was Superman in this game. There was a clip of him literally carrying the entire offense for their longest rush of the yard to get that touchdown on the tush push. But outside of that, the Jaguars, again, Trevor Lawrence, I think that the last interception was indefensible. Like, I don't know how you throw that ball
100%.
when, again, it's not fourth down. It's not a gotta have it game a play or the game's over. Like, you had time and you only needed a field goal. Like, again, that was not a do or die. People, we'll talk about it. But I don't want to bring up the Eagles again because, again, it hurts. But outside of that, the other interception he threw was also awful. I thought that was also a bad interception. And then, again, for a Jaguars team that was top 7 in offense, top 7 in defense, they've played the way they've played all season. It's not like they did something different. It was really just those 2 turnovers. Like, there were multiple times like the Panthers-Rams game we were talking about where you thought, oh, shit, the Jaguars are going to kill this Bills team. And then the Bills just kept hanging around. And then
everybody keeps bringing up now that field goal that was missed by Cam Little. I'm really happy he missed that because that was not off in time. They did not get that play off in time. 100%.
I don't know what angle or clock the refs were looking at.
What they kept saying is, yes, from when you see it get into Trevor Lawrence's hands, it was past the clock. But when it was snapped, it was still good. But I'm like, that's not when you stop the clock. You stop the clock when
he spikes it. Yeah.
When that football hits the turf. So I don't understand that at all. I was ball don't lie. I am extremely excited that he missed that kick. And everybody's like, oh, well, that should have gone into OT because of that. No, it shouldn't have. It ended the way it was supposed to end. It ended the way, and the score was supposed to end this way. Blow it out your ass.
Not only did he not get that off in time, but also, again, with you being able to shit on Trevor Lawrence for so much of this game, with the amount of time you had with no timeouts, that was a dumb play to make. You were
100%
way too far. The guy's in the middle of the field with 2 defenders around him. It was honestly kind of smart by the Bills defender because it almost looked like he was holding the guy up to where, he couldn't get down and just they could
awareness.
Clock it. Yeah, but again, that was as much of a dumb Trevor Lawrence play as it was a thank God they missed that kick because, again, the announcers, the in-studio, officiating representative or whatever they call that guy, they were completely flabbergasted as how it was even a debate. It felt like a full 5 seconds after the play clock was over that they were just like, oh yeah, he got it. He didn't get it off in time. It wasn't even close. And yet the refs were like, oh yeah, let's give it to him. So I completely agree with you. The football gods were like, we're not having this game be tied at halftime because of that. Like, no way.
And, but hats off to, we're talking shit about the Jags and whatnot, but hats off to this team. They, in my opinion, overachieved. Leo Cohen, like you were in talks for coach of the year, but losing this game, you got knocked down again. They take that into consideration postseason because it's not a regular season award. It is postseason.
Yeah. That's why they don't give the award out before the playoffs start. Like, so whatever they say, it's a lie.
It's totally a lie. But what he did, good job. Like, seriously, good job, Jags. You were a scary team. I much rather, as a Pats fan, wanted to play the Bills than if the Jags went through and we had to play again. Jags were too hot. They were too good. They're too explosive. I didn't want anything to do with them. So I was cheering my ass off for the Bills.
And again, the teams left in the AFC. If it was, next week, Jags Broncos, I'm probably picking the Jags. If it was Jags Patriots, I'm probably picking the Jags. I'm picking the Jags over any team that wins in tonight's game.
I truly think that the only team that could have stopped them was the Bills. And they got it done.
No, and again,
and it was only in the Bills. It was in, let me rephrase, not the Bills, Josh Allen. Josh Allen was the only person that could stop the Jaguars.
Yeah, and again, he had to put on his cape and be a superhero and be
He was
Superman,
so goddamn good, dude.
and
28
he
for
was.
35. He was
I
so
know.
good.
He had an 80% completion percentage. He had, what is it? Did he have the most rush yards on the team? I don't
No,
think so, but he had
Cook
the
still did.
longest run of
Yep.
the day.
But it
So
wasn't by much here. I got it pulled up here. Yeah, Cook had 46. He had 33. So, I mean,
yeah. So I mean, he was basically almost their entire offense. Like
yeah,
he was,
he
which
was
he needs to
phenomenal.
be. And again, we both picked the Jags, but we said if Josh Allen goes Superman in this game, they're most likely going to win because how do you stop that? Like, how do you stop it? And again, the Jags almost did, but they couldn't. So again, Bills move on, and it's going to be Bills. What is it? Bills are going to Denver, right? Like that's the next game because you guys play the Monday night winner regardless. So there's no way that the Bills are going to be, what is it? There's no way they're going to be favored, but I feel like a lot of people that watch football and talk about football are going to pick the Bills to beat the Broncos.
It's
I
close.
just don't.
It's close. Let's see here. NFL odds next round. You go for it.
Well, I'm just saying, if the argument is, oh, the Broncos are better, yeah, the Broncos are the better team and have been all season just based on record and then being the number 1 seed. In a playoff game, who do you trust more? After I read all those playoff stats,
Bills are -5 or -1.5, not 5, -1.5.
So, I mean, but again, if it's Bo Nix or if it's Josh Allen, who you trust in the playoffs more? Against either
Josh Allen.
Yeah,
Josh Allen.
I think by 100%. It's not even a debate.
Oh, wait, no, it is Denver -5.
Denver is what?
Or sorry, -1.5. So I don't like how
Denver is
ESPN
favored.
laying this out. Yes, I don't like how they move that and did that. Sorry.
Well, even 1.5, that's no confidence whatsoever in this Broncos team. But all right, let's move. And again, yeah, completely agree with you. The Jags will be fine. They'll probably go into next season the favorite to win the AFC South and do a deep playoff run. But again, first year for Cohen, first year for Ben Johnson. However you feel about those coaches, and again, one of those coaches I hate, you have to give him props because that's impressive.
Yeah, currently now it is Bills -1.5. It looked like it opened at Broncos -1.5.
All right, Casino. We're on to our 2 games. So here we go. My Philadelphia Eagles lose 23-19 at home to the 49ers. Thoughts
is I thought when Kittle went down, the Eagles had it. I thought the Eagles had it. I don't care how lackluster their offense was. I thought it was done. I thought it was done because now you just have McCaffrey. So with that being said, dear God, McCaffrey is one of the best players to ever play this sport. I don't care. Dude, watching him play, and I know there's been a lot of players before my time and all this, but he is just something special. When you need him, you got him. He only had collectively over 100 yards this game, but when you needed him, you had him. That was the important thing. So God, yeah, he's something special.
And I'll tell you what, that the touchdown pass that ended up being the reason the Niners won this game, that ended up being the final touchdown of the game, that was an okay throw, but that was a fantastic catch by Christian McCaffrey. Like if there is a real possibility that any other running back, I know Saquon's not catching that ball because he's not a great pass catching running back, but any other running back most likely drops that ball, doesn't track it right, and this is a whole different game. But for McCaffrey,
both quarterbacks struggled pretty good. I mean,
the wins in this game were insane.
Yeah, Brock Purdy wasn't electric. Jalen Hurts wasn't really that electric either, but 100% it was nasty. And neither Brock Purdy or Jalen Hurts had the top rating. It was actually Juwan Jennings. Good for you, buddy. He had 158.3 passer rating. Dude, solid shit. You should have been the starter. DeWan Jackson. 29 yard touchdown pass. Like great job. Great job.
And I'll tell you what, the reason you get Tom Brady in a booth is exactly the reason for yesterday, where it was like, hey, the winds are really bad. As a quarterback, how do you combat that? And
Oh, that
Tom
was
Brady,
a great take.
dude, he just did a 2-minute like perfect
Tutorial.
soliloquy of just like, yeah, when the winds are like this is how you throw the football, and perfectly explained it. Was like, here's where you put your hand, here's how you angle the ball, here's how you hold the ball, and it was just like,
and
oh my god,
100%. You don't want the U, you want the backwards C, and like the
yeah.
whole thing. It was delightful. It was like the whole Michael Scott thing is like explained to me like I was 5. Michael Scott would have understood that. Right?
Yeah.
Watch that and go, oh, I get that. Well done. Well done.
Dude, that was one of those things where it was like, all right, now I'm going to go out in the wind right now and try to throw a football. Like
100%.
That was a shout out to Tom Brady. He gets a lot of shit for being a
and on the
guy.
spot.
That was
like,
amazing.
On the spot, he got the ball, and then they said, he's like, "What do you want me to do?" Like with this, that was my favorite part of the whole thing. Is it's like, what do you want me to do with this? Like,
yeah,
he's like looking around to like see if he needed to throw it to somebody, and then instead he was just like just off the top of his head, he was like, "No, you know what? I'm going to explain it like this. This is how you do it."
Yeah, dude, that's why you get him in the booth.
He was given a football, and he was just straight up like, "What do you want me to do?"
So yeah, shout out Tom Brady, because again, gets a lot of shit for being in the booth, but that's why you get him, because that was one of the best booth things I've ever seen.
You get him for that, and you also get him for Pizza Hut commercials, which that commercial is so dumb, but I love it because he's never been able to do stuff like that, and it's so dumb. Like, it's George Kittle, Little Caesars dumb. And speaking of George Kittle, sorry, buddy.
Is he out? Is he out for the
Yes.
playoffs?
Oh, dude, it tore his Achilles. He tore his Achilles.
Oh my god. So that might mean he's out for next season too.
He's out for next start of it. Oh man, so you don't even know the rumor. That is apparently wasn't not a rumor anymore. It is solidified. After tearing his Achilles, he had one request. He asked for a bottle of Patron tequila, and the owner, Jed York, he got him a bottle of tequila, a fifth of fucking tequila, and it was empty by the time by his team coming back into the locker room.
Oh, so yeah, he was going through it. Jesus.
He was going, yeah. I don't know if it was, I mean, I heard that it was empty, but he did get a bottle of tequila, and he was slamming that back in the locker room. That has been confirmed. I don't know if he finished it, but like he was drinking tequila in the locker room and via his request.
Yeah. And we got some more Steelers or Texans that's coming up. How is everyone today? I mean, casino's great. I'm not great.
I'm doing great. Even if my team loses next round, I don't care. They won a playoff game in a rebuild year. I don't care. I'm so happy.
Did either of you play football in high school? I did not.
No. I
was on the wrestling team.
I ran. I was track and cross country, and my sport was your sport's punishment. One of my favorite lines to say to people.
And then,
obviously, I'm not a runner anymore. You could tell. You know, somebody was referring to saying that, you know, something about tacos earlier. Yeah.
Mark V76 says the Eagles lost because of their offense, but by now I think everyone knows. So, so the Eagles side of this, we've glazed again, the 49ers. I hate the 49ers as an Eagles fan because of this mini rivalry that has developed over the years. I've never liked Kyle Shanahan. I have said multiple times throughout this season that what Kyle Shanahan has done with this version of the 49ers team, again, I would have him be coach of the year. That's my take, because how he got this 49ers team to not only the playoffs, but a playoff win with backups, with a shit defense, like hats off to you.
Yeah, I said it earlier in the show. If whoever wins, if it's not Shanahan, and it won't be, but whoever wins coach of the year, they need to go hand deliver this to him if he wins the Super Bowl. 100%.
Dude, if he gets this 49ers, if he even gets this 49ers team to the Super Bowl, hand over coach of the year. That is insane. What is it? Guys said Eagles lost because they suck. Yeah, they suck so much they won the Super Bowl last year. And then,
don't do it. Don't get them going, please.
No,
Don't
you
get him
lost.
going.
You lost to
I'm
a
gonna
broken.
ask Jed York for a bottle of tequila. Jesus.
STVN says you lost to a broken team. Yeah, that's the point, dipshit. That's what we're saying. That's the point.
Somebody get you a bottle of tequila. Jesus.
T-Bit W1 says, so what you're saying, Buds, is we can't get DoorDash to get us all tacos. I don't know what that means. But yeah, I don't know. Fuck that. Bears winning it all. I mean, we talked about it. I don't think they make it past the next round.
I don't
But
either.
so again, we've done enough 49ers glazing. Now let's get to the Eagles. Again, been talking about it all day. So the things I will say as an Eagles fan, the idiots putting this loss on Jalen Hurts, again, you do not watch football. You do not know ball. You do
use the
not know
restroom
what
while
you're
you go
talking
on this rant.
about.
See you in a minute.
He said, you're the dipshit. I mean, you commented because you're gay. Again, look at your profile picture and we'll talk about which one of us is. But again, what's wrong with being gay? What's wrong with being gay? Nothing wrong with that.
With this profile picture? I hold my little dogs up here all the time.
Cause I mean, we know. We'll say I'll just let that one sit. But so when it comes to the Eagles, again, the one guy nailed it right on the head, not the dog guy. Mark V76 says the Eagles lost because of their offense, but by now I think everyone knows that. Yeah, they lost because, again, what is it? All season, the issue has been the play calling, the play design, the offensive coordinator, and the plays that are called. None of that was more evident than by what happened yesterday, which is Dan Orlovsky, of all people, broke it down perfectly, where the game-winning drive was 4 plays. I think they had 11 plays. 4 of the 11 plays were repeats of plays they had already run in the game that hadn't amounted to any yards. So on the final game winning, you think if you're an offensive coordinator, if you're a head coach who calls plays, you think, okay, I have a certain amount of plays for the opening drive, the plays we've scripted, certain plays for when it's second and long, when the game's on the line, when you really need a play. Again, like you saw evident by the fact of what the 49ers did when they couldn't get their offense going. They pulled a trick play out of their ass and it worked to perfection and ended up being the game-winning touchdown. So again, when you're an offensive coach, what is it? When you're an offensive coach who, again, has all these plays and you're in a position where you need to do the plays to win the game, like you're repeating plays from earlier in the game that didn't work. I've never seen an offense in my life that operates this way. And again, I've never seen football professionals and people who are way smarter than me that talk about football, that watch tape all the time, just outright say this offense is boring, predictable. There's no rhythm to it. There's no flow, and there's no surprises. Every single offensive call play is either a hitch or a go. And there's been, again, Dan Orlovsky did, I would watch it right here if we weren't running long. He did a 4-minute breakdown where he said, oh yeah, every Eagles offensive play, nobody's open because the defense is set in a way where they know what the play is.
Yeah, so
like
I'm glad you said that, because yes, I know you don't like Petula, right? And you're ready for him to be gone, and you're checking your updates, but you've got to get Robert Saleh, a lot of credit, because I mean, regardless on the shit offensive play calls that the Eagles had, Robert Saleh was just like, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, sure. We're just going to be, what is it? We're just going to be in zone defense the entire game and just sit in the windows. Like, that's it.
Take care of it.
And it shut down the entire offense.
They trusted their team to get it done, even with Kittle going out. And, with all the nasty wind and all that. But Demarcus Robinson, great game by you as well. But, they.
Oh, no, I think we're losing you, Casito.
Do what you got. Try to with, Brown and your coach just absolutely yelling at each other on the sideline, which
again,
that soon, please.
again, what is it? We can talk about again, everybody's saying it's Jalen Hurts' fault and he sucks and all that stuff. The Eagles had 4 drops on third down versus the 49ers in the wild
I was
card
going to bring
round.
that up if you didn't. Jesus
This
Christ.
was
Dude.
more third down stops than they had in the regular season, as well as the most in a playoff game since ESPN began tracking that stat. That and 3 of those drops were by A.J. Brown, who the entire season has been bitching that he never gets the ball. There was twice in this game where if he catches the pass, no, there was 3 times because there was also one on the game-winning drive.
Yep.
2 of them would have been touchdowns. The third one would have potentially helped them win the game. So it's one of those things where it's like when your players don't show up, when your coaching is shit, it's a miracle this game ended up being 4 points. Like, again, not even including the thing I haven't brought up, which is 49ers were not called for a penalty till 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
I was waiting for it.
Well, again, but everybody's like, "Oh, you're saying that as an excuse." That's
I know. I'm
insane.
just you sent me that long you sent me that big old text in all caps and whatnot. So I was just waiting for you to get there. That's not me just like, oh, here it is. I was waiting for you to get there because I knew you were not gonna forget this.
Yeah. What is it? Also, Mark V76 says, "What's going on in here?" I think that was after the whole gay debacle, we'll call it that. When the weather was like this in Chicago and they faced Rams at home, they went to the Super Bowl and won. I mean, that's a good, again, Bears to the Super Bowl is still a possibility because
any
these
team
playoffs
to the Super Bowl is a possibility. Any team.
One says one bitch thinks he knows it all and guy on top is okay. So there you go, Casino. I don't know it all. I've literally said there's people way smarter than me. I just know I'm way smarter than you. You specifically, STVN 4547. I know I'm smarter than you specifically, not everybody. But what is it? T-Bit W1 says to my taco comment, Casino said he wanted a taco and he's older now. I wouldn't mind a taco either. Sorry. Actually, I wouldn't mind a taco right now either. I am actually very hungry and tacos are good. Of all games, the offense totally caved. Yeah. Again, this was one of those things where it was, what is it? All season, everybody knew what the problem was. They never addressed it. Jake Elliott is just like a former version of himself that now is the record holder for most extra points in playoff history. Guess what? They knew that going into this game, and then he missed an extra point. That again, when the game comes down to it's a 4-point game, that extra point that he missed in the first quarter comes back to bite you in the ass. So again, the Eagles season was, we know what the issues are and we think we can overcome them. And then this game proved all those issues came back to bite you in the ass. You didn't improve or do anything differently. And now you just lost in the wild card to a team that, again, is filled with backups, is filled with guys who are filling in for all these guys who are hurt. Or you're at home
filling up for backups.
Yeah, you're at home. The other team isn't getting any penalties called on them whatsoever, and you're on the fourth quarter game-winning drive down by 4 because your kicker, who has the worst kicking accuracy in playoff history, it missed an extra point in the first season. It was a first quarter, a microcosm of everything that went wrong, just built up to this moment, evident by the fact of A.J. Brown getting in a fight with his coach. That was the second quarter of the game? And then again, that guy has said this entire time, get me the ball, has 4 drops in this game that are actually
all so catchable.
Not only were they catchable, they're catches that guy who makes the most noise should be catching.
Do you think he did it on purpose?
Well, that's the thing. It's like now all the rumors are, oh, well, A.J. Brown's out of there. A.J. Brown's out of there. They are not trading A.J. Brown because if they do, it's a $70 million cap hit. $70 million.
Sirianni's out with all these new coaches?
Well, that's the thing. Now, again, if the offensive coordinator's not out, it's a crime. It's a crime against humanity, and that will be insane. So I think he will be out. I also think there's a real possibility Sirianni is also out.
Just with the amount of coaches that are out there, caliber coaches.
Well, not only that, the Eagles organization has already shown with what they did to Doug Peterson that you win a Super Bowl that does not guarantee you job security. Because I believe Doug Peterson was out 2 seasons after he won the Super Bowl. So again, it wouldn't be unprecedented for this organization specifically if they also let, what is it, Sirianni go again 2 seasons, 1 season after he won the Super Bowl. So again, it wouldn't shock me. Like if it was Sirianni got fired, I wouldn't be shocked by it. I think it would be reactionary, but again, at this point, something has to change. And again, it needs to be the offensive coordinator, but you can't be a winning organization that just has to replace your coordinators every single season. Like it's just, we've never seen that before, and there's a reason. It's so I don't know. Again, the blame 100% goes to this coaching staff and this organization who all year knew what the problem was. And then wouldn't you know it, the football god said, this has been your problem all season. Now, offensive coordinator, put together a game-winning drive. You're down by 4. At home, you're down by 4 to a beaten and broken team on the other side. Show us what you got. And what we got was 11 plays, 4 of them repeats that had not gained a yard during the entire game. And 7 other plays that amounted for, I think, 23 yards in the second half. So again, you look at the chart for this game. In the first quarter, a tale of 2 halves, as it's been all season. The first quarter, the Eagles win. Oh, I'm back. First quarter, Eagles go 12 plays, 63 yards for a touchdown. Second quarter, they go 19 plays, 99 yards in 9 minutes for a touchdown. The third and fourth quarter, they don't even sniff the end zone, or they don't even sniff the red zone. So again, the things we're compiling all this stuff. We said they can't play 2 halves of football. First half, they were damn near perfect. They had a 100-yard, almost 20-play drive to score a touchdown. The second half, they had, I believe, 23 yards and 32 yards. So they had less than 60 yards the entire second half. That's how you lose games. That's how you lose games. And I'll tell you what, I've said it at the beginning, if you were not here, when Kevin Patullo is fired, Eagles fans will celebrate more than if they would have won this game. That is how much Kevin Patullo is hated in this season. And again, everybody can say it's Hurts, it's the wide receivers. The only difference from last year was with this group of people was there was a different person calling the plays. The only difference. So you tell me one team last year, this group won the Super Bowl. This team, they lose to third and fourth stringers at home in the wild card round. So what's the difference? The one guy calling the plays. That's it. And as for 49ers, again, 49ers fans, you guys have to win 3 more games to win the Super Bowl. The last 3 bites at the apple you had, you're 0-3 in the Super Bowl. So remember, talk all the shit you want. You still got 2 more games against better teams, and your defense is 28th in the league. Whew. Now, Casino. Last 2 games, and we got to get out of here. We're going so long on this one. Your Patriots win 16-3 in New England. Thoughts on this one, Casino?
Thoughts on this one was I thought it was a good game because I like defensive games. I've always have. I think they're fun because then you're on the edge of your seat, waiting for one thing to happen, waiting for the score. I'm a big soccer fan. I've watched soccer my whole life. I've played it. That whole thing of defense and one goal can win you the game. This felt like that. One touchdown was going to win you the game. It felt just like that Super Bowl against Patriots Rams. I was really confident going into the week, like Chargers, Patriots got them. We can figure it out. Yes, they got actually a really good defense. The Chargers have a good defense, and that's kind of that, and Herbert kind of playing Superman as well throughout the seasons why they got there. The entire Patriot team got sick, and I was like, oh, shit. We are supposed to get players back, and we did have a lot of players come back in this game. However, they were just getting over being sick or just getting over injury. I was just like, this might be too much. And it damn near was. It damn near was. Luckily, the Chargers were just too beat up. Drake May did not look good in the first half. He was 6 for 15. Second half with the pick, and second half, though, 11 for 14, almost 200 yards and a touchdown. So he definitely figured things out the second half. And give props to both of these defenses. They had 5 sacks on Drake May. The Pats had 6 sacks on Herbert. So the defenses showed up, like truly 100% showed up in this game. And I was thoroughly enjoyed. Like I enjoyed this game a lot, and I respect both of the defenses on what they did. Justin Herbert, I'm sorry, man. You needed an O-line. If you had 2 starters on your O-line, you would have won this game. You got just absolutely rocked. I thought he died on that one where he got hit in the chest.
Dude, I'll tell you what. We talk about Josh Allen getting the shit kicked out of him. Josh Allen got the shit kicked out of him, and Justin Herbert pretty much got murdered on the field.
Dude,
like
that one hit,
running for his life.
One hit in the fourth quarter where he kind of got spun around. It was all clean, but kind of got spun around, and then he took that shot to the chest.
Yeah,
like he was down, and there was a lot of people like, "Oh, he's done for the game." And I'm like, "No, he just got the wind knocked out of him. Like he can't breathe.
He got a helmet to the sternum.
Yeah, he can't stand up right now. Like, give him a second." Yeah, no, but it was definitely. I was pleased with how all the rookies, not all the rookies, because the offensive line, Jared Wilson came back this game. Campbell didn't look great in this game, but going up against a good pass rush with the Chargers, that was a talking point going into the game. Is whose O-line can stand up pretty much against a pass rush, and the answer is neither. Both got absolutely worked. But the composure of Drake May, I know this was not an MVP like style game for him, but coming on the second half, going 11 for 14 with the touchdown, being sacked 5 times. I'm so excited for the future because he doesn't let things really rattle him. You could tell in that first half he was a little bit shaky and he was trying to do a little too much.
Yeah.
But he calmed down real quick, which I was impressed with. And I'm happy they got the first win. And not just that their season's continuing, but a lot of these rookies, and so we don't get into like a Justin Herbert situation, or like a Josh Allen on the road situation where you can't get that monkey off your back. Like they've done it. You've won a playoff game. You did it. So moving forward, even the next seasons to come, hopefully they can get to the playoffs, that things will be good. Chargers.
Did we lose Casino?
There you go. I guess we lost me. Basically, I'm just saying I feel bad for the Chargers. I feel bad for Justin Herbert. And the Patriots, they were able to squeak out this win. And I feel more confident, honestly, I do, going into next week on playing either one of these two teams, whether the Texans or the Steelers. Steelers, great passing offense. Texans, great defense and their pass rush. However, I think that these rookies will settle down now that they got their first win. And Vrabel, being a good coach, can coach them on the mistakes. So they got the victory. You can go back, look at the tape, and be like, okay, you got it. We somehow advanced. This is what you need to work going into this. Welcome to playoff football. This is what you need to work on going into next week. And
not only that about next week, but there's a real possibility next week that everybody's going to pick the Bills to upset the Broncos, and they're going to be right. And then I don't think anybody's going to pick Texans, Steelers over Patriots unless
I think everybody.
One team
There's going to be a lot of people.
The other one.
There's going to be a lot of people picking that. There's people I was reading online. So many people are like, oh, just because the Patriots beat the Chargers doesn't make them a good team now. Doesn't make them a good team. And I'm like, what do you want from these guys? Like, they're all like half the team are fucking rookies. Get over it. Like, this is a lot of their first playoff appearances, and they went out there. They didn't look great, but they got the job done. They were able to get the job done.
But there is a real chance. What is it? Your team is playing an AFC Championship game again in New England. Like that's a real chance.
And I really hope that's the case, because if the Patriots go, yay, my Pats get to the Super Bowl. I'm fucking stoked. But if the Bills win, good for Josh Allen, who so rightfully deserves it because his postseason numbers are just stupid and insane and great. So it's that's what I'm really hoping for. Plus, I don't like Sean Payton. You know that you don't like Sean Payton.
I don't like Sean Payton either.
Yeah. So, and that's nothing against Bo Nix and with that defense and, Broncos fan, nothing against them. It's truly just fuck Sean Payton. Just fuck Sean Payton.
I honestly, Broncos are one of the teams I don't mind in these playoffs, but much like the Bears, I don't mind the team itself. It's the coaches that I just cannot stand.
Yeah. So and again, just to kind of reiterate, I'm excited for the Pats going into the next week because whatever this sickness that went through the locker room, and you can see not a lot of them had a lot of jump in their step. Like they were just kind of get better. All these players that were still injured, hopefully they come back. And even though they got a few reps, this game, hopefully now they get even a little bit more time to work on it and their season's not done. So I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that getting the one win with all these rookies and these players seeming to be very coachable, and Vrabel being a good coach, that I think that he can get it done and he can get them settled in for whoever they play next. I'm not saying they're going to blow out any teams. If it's Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers, I'm worried because Gonzalez, he just got hurt in this game, number one corner, and he's in concussion protocol. We'll see if he's able to make it back in time, but if he's not, I'm really scared to play the Pittsburgh Steelers and Aaron Rodgers. And then the pass rush for the Texans, that worries me, but Drake May can figure it out, and I'm not worried about with what our defense just did with the few players they got back, and they're still missing players, stopping that Chargers team who didn't have a great offense, but stopping that Charger team to 3 points. It's going to be another low-scoring affair if it is the Texans, and then it'd probably be a shootout if it's the Steelers.
So now we've talked about basically the legacy of these quarterbacks. I do think, again, the Justin Herberts, you call me a Justin Herbert hater. I am not. I just think he is overhyped for what he's done in this league.
But see, I don't agree. I don't agree, dude.
I think this is going to be an indictment on
you are now 0. He is 0-3 in the playoffs. That sucks.
Well, again, and in this game, he was sacked 6 times, which again is not totally on him.
Not his fault.
But the one we were talking about where, he just got blown up or whatever, that is a play where it's like no situational awareness. And why are you tucking that football to run? You have guys all over you. Just throw the ball away. That ended up being a fumble that kind of ended whatever hopes they had of making a comeback. Like, that's the stuff that happens in the playoffs with him, where you just go, will he ever be able to overcome these type of things in these hard smash mouth playoff games where every NFL player ever in every interview they've ever done has always said the level of competition that ramps up from week 18 to the start of the playoffs is on another level. And again, Justin Herbert, we talked about Josh Allen. He always rises to the occasion. Justin Herbert always feels like he shrinks. Now, again, I'm not putting that game yesterday completely on him because he was getting destroyed. But again, to put up 3 points against a Patriots team that no one has said that the thing with all season has been Patriots haven't played anybody. How good of a team are there? Chargers have played a lot of teams and beaten a lot of good teams. So you can't just say this Chargers team hasn't met competition like this Patriots team all season. They have. They're in a division.
And again, the Rams lost to the Falcons. Pats beat the Falcons. The Rams lost to the Panthers almost twice. The Pats beat the Panthers. Like, you got to start giving a little bit of credit, dude. They won a playoff game with a shit ton of rookies, dude. Like, come on. Like, It's and this is me trying not to be a biased Pats fan. I'm really just trying to, like, come on. Like, can you give them a little bit of credit for what they did? Come on.
Honey Bun says Casino is gay for Josh Allen. Yeah, but I mean, Josh Allen's an attractive man. He's good at football.
Have you seen that hair flow? Come on. Let's go. He's also charitable. He's very nice. True. Like, he's the whole package, man. He's the whole package.
And also, last couple comments we didn't see. What is it? Houston versus Seattle seems most likely to me for the Super Bowl. I don't see Houston.
It was an imp.
What is it? Houston versus Seattle seems most likely to me. I don't see Houston at all going to the Super Bowl in the AFC. I just,
Done
again,
now. The show's you keep breaking up real heavy. I think the show is now done. I think we've reached that. Cox Cable is turning off our internet and telling us it's done.
So last thing, Casino, we talked about your game. There is one more playoff game tonight. 12-5 Texans at 10-7 Steelers. A thing I did not know. Do you know that the Steelers since 1993 are undefeated on Monday Night Football? They have not lost a Monday Night Football game since 1992.
Wow. I'm picking
That
the
is
Texans.
insane. You know what? I picked Texans on paper, but honestly, like every game this weekend, if the Steelers won, I wouldn't be shocked at all.
No,
like,
this has been the parody of this season has just been remarkable, and I'm so happy. These playoffs so far have just been great. Again, a lot of people are saying that my game wasn't great. I mean, that's just a different style game. It was defense.
Yeah.
Defense, 5-6 sacks per team. Like that, it was great. It was great.
Well, also that game was close enough the entire time where it did feel like all the other games where it's like, oh yeah, anybody could win this.
Yeah, it was
like
one touchdown. It came down to whoever scored the big play. And that, by the way, I didn't talk about that pass from Drake May right over to Hunter Henry. That's what I was looking for. He settled in the second half, whatever. Again, 11 for 14 in the second half, almost 200 yards. He calmed down, and that pass, that's what I expected from Drake May.
Yeah.
To start the game was just that confidence of like, oh, I can make that throw. What are you talking about? There's literally a pocket the size of this computer screen that I have to fit this ball in. I got it.
Yeah. Also, shout out to the Chargers defense because they were hitting hard and they would look like they were ready to play. That defense was electric.
No, they were really, really good. But they are a good defense. And that's what a lot of people were like, oh, but it was the Chargers. I mean, how did you not score points on the Chargers? Because they're a good defense. Like that was the one main talking point of going in this is can Drake May, a rookie, go into this game and actually put points on this Chargers defense?
Yeah.
Can the running game get going with this Chargers defense? So, I mean, and he was our leading, by the way, both quarterbacks, Herbert and Drake May, were the leading rusher for their team.
Yeah, it only felt like Herbert was running for his life most of it. Dude,
Drake May at least saw some pockets to run. Yeah. Herbert was just running because he thought he was about to get killed by Milton Williams again, which he was scared. That last sack that Milton Williams had to end the game. Oh, dude.
We'll finish the show on this. It says Fambow podcast says I was rooting for the Bears. Matthew Stafford got his first win at Bank of America Stadium in his career. And then it says TBitW1 says, who do you think John Harbaugh will go to? Which that is an interesting question.
I truly thought it was going to be if the Bills lost, I thought he was going to go to Buffalo. I think he was waiting. He was waiting for that game to end. Yeah. And to see what happened with that. So I don't know where he goes now. So the Falcons are interesting.
Would the Steelers fire their head coach? Would the Steelers fire their head coach if they lose tonight's game?
I think Tomlin, yeah. I think Tomlin might be out 100%. And I thought the same thing. Like if Harbaugh won that game, I think Tomlin would have been out by now. But they're still on the chopping block. 100% they're still on the chopping block. You got to do something in the postseason. I don't care that you barely get your wins and you're above 500. That's a really cool stat. You're 2 years away from being the best of the best and coach to ever do a consecutive run. He has 19 years currently. So, I mean, good for him, but you got to get the job done. You haven't done it in a long time. Let's go. Figure it out.
So honestly, I would say either Steelers if that job opens. Also, because he can then stick it to the Ravens twice a year.
I think he would.
I think he would too. Or I would say the Falcons. The Falcons, again, of all the teams that need a coach, look like the most ready to win right now.
Dude, I mean, you have a competent quarterback with Cousins. He's been around forever. Father time over there. And then Penix can be taught. Like he can be taught. I truly think that, he's still raw. He's not as good as the other quarterbacks, And hell, there's going to be some quarterback movement. What if he goes there and then all of a sudden, oh my gosh, Burrow is just like, oh, I'll go over there. Let's go.
Again, I think Burrow to the Falcons is a thing that makes sense. And
it makes a lot of sense. And then if you pair him with Harbaugh, like that team can go from that team could be the turnaround team. That team could win the division. And that team could win the conference and go far. They've got power. They've got a pretty good defense. They've got 2 superstar studs with London and Robinson. Why not?
Yeah. Last 2 comments and we'll get out of here. I saved these 2 for the last. It says S Martzy 537 says, these dudes ain't getting laid. Yeah, you're right. We're both married.
Yeah, we want.
That's why we don't. Yeah. Both married. So of course we're not. Talk to our wives.
Yeah, we both have kids. Like that ship has sailed.
And then T-Bit W1 says, we know who Casino is gay for. Who is the host gay for? Brock Bowers, maybe.
He does like Brock Bowers.
I'll tell you what, first off, this thing is true that I always say your name. You never say my name. So everybody knows your name is Casino. On the show, my name is Will. Okay. So Will. Who's the
correct?
host?
And that's fine. But you have called me Casino our whole lives of knowing each other, right?
That's true. Yes.
I have never once called you Will.
You have not. You've called me attractive. You've called me funny. You've called me. But no, who am I gay for in the NFL? Well, again, if you go back to the very start of the season, I was going real hot or heavy for the Panthers head coach. And then I was catfished or something because every time I've seen him on the sidelines, I've been like, who is this guy? Nothing like I don't know what happened to him, but
dude, you can say Josh Allen. It's okay. We can make it a 3-way. It's fine. It's cool.
I probably will say Josh Allen. He's attractive. He's attractive. Right. And I'll tell you what, his wife is also hot. So what is it? That's confidence. Again, remember that thing from Moneyball? Remember from Moneyball where they were like, you can't trust this pitcher. Then they were like, why? And then they were like, because his girlfriend's ugly. He has no confidence. Like Josh Allen plays like Superman because he's got a hot wife. So
yeah,
there you go. This has been, I will say, a very weird episode of the Only
I still
Sports
don't understand
Podcast.
The taco references.
What is it? Shout out to Casino has so many haters on this show that I'm like, when am I gonna get
I think I have haters because you're the one filtering all these comments and you're only putting up.
That's not true. I do every comment. Why? That one guy was clearly hating on me and I put all of his comments up here. So shout out to that guy. It's been like 3 years. I haven't had a hater of my own. So I'll gladly claim you.
Fine. I will be the Skip Bayless. I don't. Sure.
But see, I'm only the Skip Bayless when it comes to the Eagles. People who are not Eagles fan hate my Eagles takes, but Eagles fans do love when I rant about the Eagles. So there you go. This has been again
the 2 friends, your 2 friends that watch the show.
No, that's not true.
Rant about it.
When I rant about them on my Twitter, I get tons of likes, tons of comments, tons of support. Also on TikTok. So shout out to everybody who's an Eagles fan. I know your pain today. But I have been Will. That's been Casino over there. This has been the Only Sports Podcast.
Yeah, Will. Woo!
We will be back on Wednesday to preview the divisional round coming up, talk about all those games, and then who the hell knows what we're going to do Friday, but we'll figure it out.
Patty cake.
Again, I'm Will. That's Casino over there. This has been Only Sports Podcast. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that shit. Adios.